Thiago Silva stars as Chelsea brush the Lily Whites aside in style to claim their third consecutive Premier League win at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Watch until the end of this review to hear all of my thoughts on yesterday's match. Hello people, welcome to my channel, welcome to another video. This is my review of the match that took place yesterday afternoon at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in the Premier League between Chelsea and Tottenham Hotspur, which Chelsea ended up winning by 3-0. So what I'm going to do for you guys in terms of this review is that firstly, I will run you guys through the lineup that Thomas Tuchel fielded at the start of the match. I'll then be giving you guys my thoughts on the match itself, and as always, I'll be breaking it down into the first half and the second half. And in addition to that, I'll be giving you guys the positives and the negatives that I took from the match. And lastly, I'll be giving you guys my thoughts on Chelsea's upcoming League Cup match that will be taking place next Wednesday at Stamford Bridge against Aston Villa, with kickoff at 7:45 p.m. UK time. So without further ado, let's get straight into this review. So we get this review rolling by looking at the lineup that Thomas Tuchel fielded at the start of the match. And as always, we're going to kick things off in this section by talking about the formation that was chosen. And in terms of the formation that was chosen, it was a 3-4-3/3-4-2-1, as pretty much everyone expected. But in terms of the personnel that Thomas Tuchel chose to field, he went with Kepa in goal because Edouard Mendy was out with a hip injury that he picked up towards the dying embers of the Champions League match against Zenit St. Petersburg in midweek. So Kepa came into the lineup to play between the sticks. The back three was Andreas Christensen, Thiago Silva and Antonio Rudiger. The midfield four was Cesar Azpilicueta at right wing back, Jorginho and Mateo Kovacic in the two central midfield positions, with Marcos Alonso as the left wing back, and the front three was Mason Mount, Romelu Lukaku and Kai Havertz. So that is the lineup that Thomas Tuchel fielded at the start of the match against Tottenham Hotspur. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, I wasn't expecting some players to be out, and I was not expecting certain players to be playing in different positions, i.e. Cesar Azpilicueta and Andreas Christensen. But that is the lineup that Thomas Tuchel went with at the start of yesterday's match against Tottenham Hotspur, and we shall move on. Now we get into my thoughts on the match, and as always, we're going to kick things off by talking about the first half. And I'm going to be real with you guys. We did not make a good start to the first half. I felt as though Tottenham Hotspur put us under a great deal of pressure in the early stages. Thiago Silva did have to make some good blocks and good clearances in the early stages. Otherwise, Tottenham Hotspur would have created... Sorry, let me retract that and rephrase that, or rectify it rather. Anyways, Thiago Silva had to make some good blocks and clearances. Otherwise, Tottenham Hotspur would have been able to create some good chances in the early stages of the match. They did put us under a lot of pressure inside the opening 20 minutes. And on a few occasions, we were able to get out and create a few counter-attacking opportunities. On a few occasions, we were able to get out and create a few counter-attacking opportunities of our own, which was just brilliant to see. I'll give you guys more detail on that in a second. But there was one opportunity that Tottenham Hotspur had that they missed, and it came as a result of Son passing the ball to Reguilon down their left-hand side. He then tried to put the ball into the box, but Antonio Rudiger was there to clear the ball, and had that ball reached the Spurs player, that would have been 1-0 to Tottenham Hotspur because um, both of the Spurs players were behind the two central defenders that were inside the box, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to have a look at it again, but the Spurs players were in the box and ready for the ball to be tapped home. But yes, thankfully, Antonio Rudiger was there to clear the ball. And the counter-attacking opportunity that I want to talk to you guys about is this one. Mason Mount got the ball from Romelu Lukaku, if I'm not mistaken. They both continued running towards the goal. Mason Mount had two options, and I hate to say it, but he picked the wrong one. He picked the wrong option when he passed the ball to Romelu Lukaku because both defenders that were inside the box at the time in which he was carrying the ball towards the box were sorry. Let me start that again. The two Spurs defenders that were in the box at the time in which Mason Mount was carrying the ball to the box were facing Romelu Lukaku, which meant that both of their numbers were facing Kai Havertz, which obviously meant that they wouldn't have seen him had he passed it to him, and that would have given him more of an opportunity to create a goal scoring opportunity. But he passed the ball to Romelu Lukaku, who was not in a good position, and he ended up passing the ball back to Mason Mount, who got crowded out. And had he passed the ball to Kai Havertz would have had a chance to score, like I've said already. But it's just that decision making in the final third that wasn't really there for us in the final third. And you can say the same about Tottenham Hotspur. It was um, a half that was not full of clear cut chances whatsoever. Um, there was only one shot on target in the entire half, and that was the Son chance, if I'm not mistaken. It was either the Son chance or Kane's cross shot from their left hand side. But honestly, guys, it was not a half that was full of chances. Christensen did have a shot from outside the box that just went wide of the target, which would have been nice. It would have been nice if that went in because that would of course been his first Chelsea goal. Sorry for stuttering like this, guys. But yeah, it was just a half that wasn't full of chances, and overall, I have to say that it wasn't the best. It was decent, but we could have done a lot better in that first half. And I did feel that get we did get ambushed in the middle of the park. And I'm gonna talk about something that was done at the start of the second half because it changed the game. But overall, not the best first half. Decent, I'd say, but it could have been a lot better. Now getting into my thoughts on the second half. Wow, wow, brilliant start to the second half. Within 4 minutes of the second half starting, we get our first goal. And with the way we ended the first half, I have to say that we did end the first half the better side, but overall, I just said that it's even because both sides cancelled each other out basically. But we saw the ball come into the box from the left hand side, from the left corner quadrant, and Marcos Alonso. You have to give him credit for that cross. It was an absolute peach of a cross, straight onto Silva's head, and he just powers the ball into the bottom right corner on his side. And you could have had five goalkeepers in that net, and none of them would have gotten close to it. It was that good of a header, and Thiago Silva deserved it because he did have. He was the best player on the pitch up to that point, in my opinion. He was starting attacks. He was doing his job defensively. He was carrying the ball forward when there were not many passes to make, and he basically he was just doing his job. Um, but yes, a great goal, and it was just great to see him head the ball in the way he did. I mean, for someone who's turning 37 in a matter of days, to do that is just testament to how well he looks after himself. But anyways, the second goal came 9 minutes later, and it came as a result of some brilliant pressing down our left hand side. And Mateo Kovacic ended up feeding the ball to N'Golo Kante, who then took a shot from 30 yards out. It took a massive deflection off of Eric Dyer, but the shot was going on target anyway. But anyways, the deflection saw the ball wrong foot Hugo Lloris and trickle into the back of the net via the post, and I have to say that we deserved it because we did have a few shots on target before that from Marcos Alonso and co when the ball came into the box from our left hand side, from Kai Havertz. But great shot from N'Golo Kante. I felt as though it was going in anyway, but thankfully the deflection made absolutely sure. But yes, great hit from N'Golo Kante and the deserved second goal. He was the difference in the second half, let's be honest. But I'll get onto that in a second. Um, and then we did have some glorious chances after that. Mateo Kovacic having one of them, Timo Werner having another one. Lukaku didn't have too many chances, but he had. I think his best chance came when he had, his best chance came when Antonio Rudiger when Antonio Rudiger crossed the ball into the box from our left hand side, and um, Romelu Lukaku headed it towards goal, but he could only head it straight at Hugo Lloris. But yes, that was his best chance of the game. And I'm just going to paraphrase because we did so much in the second half that I can't really mention everything without making this video too long. But yes, the third goal came through Antonio Rudiger, and there's a fun fact for you regarding this goal. This goal was his first Chelsea goal with his foot. And you have to give Cesar Azpilicueta and Timo Werner a lot of credit for this goal because Cesar Azpilicueta, if I'm not mistaken anyway, gave the ball to Timo Werner down our right-hand side, and he then saw Antonio Rudiger push himself back towards the edge of the box so he can cut it back, and Antonio Rudiger just swept the ball into the bottom left corner, and I have to say that Hugo Lloris had no chance of saving it. He had his line of sight blocked by a few Spurs players anyway, but it was a great shot from Antonio Rudiger, and that was the icing on the cake. Um, Overall, brilliant performance, a thoroughly deserved win. You cannot contest that. I don't care who you are. You cannot contest the fact that we deserve to win because it's a fact. We did deserve to win. I'm not even going to go into stats or anything like that because this pretty much all of the stats except for the fouls, of course, are in our favour. But yes, we deserve to win the game, and we were by far the better team. Let's be honest. But in terms of the positives and the negatives that I took from the match, um, starting off with the positives, of course, there are two. And the first one is the fact that Thomas Tuchel changed the system by bringing on N'Golo Kante for Mason Mount. And that is one of the things that I wanted to mention. He changed the formation from a 3-4-3 to a 3-5-2/5-3-2, depending on the situation, of course. But yes, it was a tactical masterclass from Thomas Tuchel, and he deserves a lot of credit for the win because I don't think we would have won. I don't think that we would have won the game if we continued playing in a 3-4-3 because we were getting ambushed in the middle of the park. Mateo Kovacic and Jorginho were struggling to progress the ball as a result of the new numerical advantage that Tottenham Hotspur had in the middle of the park, but thankfully Thomas Tuchel rectified that at half-time by bringing on N'Golo Kante for Mason Mount. But yes, that's the first positive that I took from yesterday's match. The second and final positive, did I just say negative? That's the first positive that I took from yesterday's match, sorry. The second positive that I took from yesterday's match is that we saw several impressive performances. Marcos Alonso and Thiago Silva, for me, were the two best players on the pitch. Hands down. They were both fantastic. Tottenham Hotspur tried to kill Marcos Alonso down their right-hand side. They fouled him so many times, but that just shows you how well he played. He had chances to score. He put some beautiful crosses in. I mean, he got an assist. He was just everywhere as well. He had so much energy to his game. It was just brilliant to see. There were several impressive performances. I'm not going to go through all of them though, otherwise I'll make this video too long. But yes, we get into the only negative that I took from the match, and that is that we were very indecisive in the final third at times. I've already given you guys an example, and that will absolutely have to improve with time. Otherwise, our aspirations will not be met, or will be under threat of not being met come the end of the season. But anyways, I'm just going to say this. There was a Spurs fan out there who was talking a lot of rubbish before the game and saying that Thiago Silva will get burnt out. come the 50th minute. Well, um, actually, let me rephrase that. There was a Spurs fan saying that Thiago Silva will run out of steam come the 50th minute. Well, guess what? He did run out of steam, but guess what? He went on smoke. He went on smoke with that brilliant header. But anyways, that is it for my thoughts on Chelsea's 3-0 win over Tottenham Hotspur. Please, guys, do drop your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'd very much love to hear them. Let's be honest. And as always, I'll do my very best to respond. Now, we finish off this review by getting into my thoughts on Chelsea's upcoming League Cup fixture that will be taking place this Wednesday at Stamford Bridge against Aston Villa, with kickoff at 7:45 p.m. UK time. Honestly, it goes without saying that this will be a difficult game, especially when you consider the way they played against us in the game that they lost 3-0 at Stamford Bridge last week, or the week before last week, shall I say now. It will be a difficult game. Aston Villa did put us under a lot of pressure in that game, and on another day they would have scored because they did have some very good chances, especially in the first half. Um, I do believe that we have what it takes to go and beat them and progress to the next round, but it will be difficult, especially when you consider how much energy we will have expended from the game against Tottenham Hotspur, and um, I think Thomas Tuchel will make some changes to the lineup because we are the early kickoff next Saturday, and we are going to be taking on Manchester City at Stamford Bridge. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I'm certainly looking forward to it though, but that is all I can say on it. And that is it for this review. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. I mean, beating Tottenham Hotspur is always nice, especially when some of their fans talk rubbish to you before the game, which is something that I'm firmly against. But anyways, we beat them. Let's go on to the next one. That is it for this review. I hope you all enjoyed it. I'll say it again. Guys, I'm really happy. Don't blame me. Don't blame me. Don't blame me. Blame the team I support. But anyways, come on, you Blues. Please do like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you're new. I'm muddling my words. I'm that happy. But anyways, come on, you Blues. Come on, Thomas Tuchel. Don't drink too much. And peace. Yes, we did it.